The news of Daniel Prude's death rocked the city of Rochester last September. A community in mourning took the streets every night for weeks calling for justice. Several investigations into officers' response to those protests and into Prude's death are now underway. Demonstrators also marched for George Floyd in Minneapolis, who died while in police custody last May. Floyd's death spawned legislation across the U.S. calling for changes in policing. In New York State, an executive order was put in place that forces law enforcement to modernize their protocol. And that call for reform took on new urgency this week after a 9-year-old girl was handcuffed and pepper sprayed by Rochester police. 3 cases that rocked the community coming to a head tonight when the mayor of Rochester will present the city's plan to reform the RPD. Kayla Green joins us live now with a preview of that plan. Kayla, what can we expect?
Well, Maureen, the city sent out an early outline of its plan, which includes 10 areas that they want to improve on. They also say the mayor worked on this plan alongside other groups, including the Police Accountability Board and the United Christian Leadership Ministry. Now, the plan calls to petition the state to amend laws to allow the city to terminate RPD employees immediately for cause. The plan also calls to allocate more money and resources to youth and recreation programs. It also recommends overhauling the state's civil service hiring system. They also want to increase funding for first responder systems that replace some police with mental health providers on mental health calls. Lastly, the group wants the state to mandate bias and systemic racism training in the police officer certification program and beyond. The Police Accountability Board says they submitted recommendations for fundamental change rather than piecemeal reform. They say they'll find out tonight if their push succeeded. They tell News 8, the PAB stands fully behind our recommendations. Our participation in the working group is not an endorsement of the plan the city is releasing tonight. We encourage city residents to carefully examine the city's reform plan to see if it will actually work to fundamentally rewrite Rochester's public safety blueprint. Reverend Lewis Stewart is the president of the United Christian Leadership Ministry. He says while he believes his group's research was weighed heavily in the creation of this plan, he also agrees with the PAB that we need a comprehensive plan here.
We do not want any piecemeal legislation. We want something that's really going to be comprehensive, that's really going to answer the needs of the people, and really show the people that we need to be involved in the oversight, citizen oversight of policing.
The Police Accountability Board has also announced that representatives from their group will not be at the presentation of the plan tonight. They say they will be attending a program about policing and oversight that was previously scheduled weeks ago. Live in Rochester, Kayla Green, News 8.